we are jumping right into it. If you want to meditate with me with your own personalized meditation mantra, check the description down below and let's get freaking to it. Oh man. There we go. Keys over there. All right, mind pump is complete. I will see y'all in the car. It's time to get an arm pump. Oh my gosh, do I have a story for you? This is a story about a man named AWEHRNESS. AWEHRNESS liked to meditate, and he also liked to lift. And when he would go about his lift, he was in a sort of meditation. Now, AWEHRNESS has had mighty arrest over the weekend and is ready to crush some arms. So now, that is what he will do. So, that's the freaking plan for today. Just obliterate some freaking arms. It was actually tougher for me yesterday to hold off on hitting arms than to actually hit them. But you know, they were still a little tender. My triceps were in that last little stage of recovery. So, bit our tongue, took the rest, and here we are. But I think that that was the much more thoughtful move, because because it's easy, you know, to just go to the gym and, you know, it definitely depends on the context, but when you feel rested, but your body needs to recover just a little bit more, it's easy to just say, screw it, I'm just gonna go to the gym, whatever. But I think what will pay dividends in the long run is just giving yourself, you know, a little more rest, and then freaking getting into the gym when you need to. And, you know, there's definitely caveats to that. Like, that doesn't mean just use it as an excuse. Like, oh man, I just don't feel fully recovered today. I'm not going to go to the gym for the next week to recover. No, nothing like that. But if you truly are pretty freaking sore, or your nervous system's shot, or anything with the recovery side of things that your body needs, freaking take it. Just do it, you know? And not only do it, but make the most of your recovery. You know, if you got sore arms, break out the foam roller, the lacrosse ball, the massage gun, whatever, get to work, because your body is going to be thanking you on whichever day that you're hitting. And so that was kind of me with my triceps, especially yesterday, because my biceps, they can take a beating, and they definitely get sore on arm days. But I feel like just the nature of how we use our biceps just in everyday life, you know, they're kind of used to taking a beating. Like, I mean, you check your phone with your bicep, you call people with your bicep. It's another instance. I mean, you just hold things. Like, you gotta hold your stuff if you're going to work, or if you have like a blue collar job, you gotta pick things up. So you're kind of just using them all the time, you know? So it's just one of those muscle groups that really take a beating. I mean, the other one that I would argue is calves. I mean, you're freaking walking all day, or, you know, you're hitting your cardio, or you're walking upstairs, or whatever. You're doing a calf raise all throughout the day, you know, given that you're staying at least somewhat active. But that's the freaking plan for today. We got, you know, all of the lifting days that I do, it's pretty boring. You know, it's not like I'm doing anything super fancy. You know, you, like for arm days, for instance, start off with 2 forearm movements, one for the upper part of your forearm, or just, you know, the side of your forearm that's on your wrist, or like, how do I say it? Like on the back side of your hand, leading up to your elbow, you got to hit that part of your forearm, and then you got to hit the underside of your forearm where your palm meets your elbow. And so you have at least one movement for each of those. And then, hit your biceps however much you need to hit your biceps, hit your triceps however much you need to hit your triceps. Not too freaking complicated. And that goes for pretty much every other day. Legs, that's a sort of an exception. Because apparently, I was watching one of Jeff Nippard's videos, and he was saying that there's biomechanically, you can only hit your bicep femoris, which is when you hit a side chest and you really sit into it, it's that meaty part of your hamstring. Apparently, you can only hit that while doing leg curls. And then, there's a little more nuance to that. It's going to show a lot of bicep femoris in that side chest, but it's also going to be a lot of the meaty part is also going to be your semitendinosus, which is just another part of your hamstring. But that is, I believe you can only hit your semitendinosus with hinging movements. So stiff leg deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, a cable glute pinch, which is kind of an interesting movement. So only movements where you're hinging at the hip. And then for your bicep femoris, the only way that you can hit that is with leg curls. And so basically just bending your knee joint. And so, a laying leg curl, seated leg curl, all that. But that's the only caveat with legs. It's you got to hit two different movements to hit the entirety of your hamstring. But everything else is pretty simple. You're hitting leg extensions. You got to hit something for inner thigh. You got to hit something for glutes. And then, hamstrings. And then calves and tibialis. So it's kind of a lot, but you just gotta do what you gotta do to build your legs. And that's kind of the interesting thing about all of this. It's totally new adventure every time you're getting into it. And a lot of this stuff just overlaps, if you hit a squat, you're gonna be hitting a lot of quad, and then you're also gonna be using some glute to get you out of the hole of the squat. And so it's things like that where it's you gotta kind of choose your battles, just obviously have a good mix of isolation work along with compound work. So you have your leg extensions, your leg curls, inner thigh machine, all of that is isolation work. And then you also have your compound lifts, your squat, your leg press, stiff leg deadlift, stuff that's hitting a lot of different stuff at once. But that being said, we're not doing legs today. Just an example. We're freaking destroying some arms. So that's the freaking plan. As for the meditation earlier, oh man, yeah, I definitely want to dive into that. So that was just freaking cool because I kind of had, it was similar to what I had this morning with hitting my legs. It was hitting my legs. Now I'm just on leg day. I'm with hitting my meditation because, my meditation, it was really freaking cool. It was anytime I get into that extremely blissful state, it's these colors start to kind of splatter, or they just, I'm seeing a lot of colors, and then everything starts to get a little bit hazy, but I'd say that part's pretty cool. But it's also just on an emotional side of things, I'm just in this sheer state of bliss. It's the kind of bliss that I don't even know what to compare it to. Like think of a time where you've had, like, you could, like, uncontrollable laughter, you know, where it's like you're laughing to the point of tears. That kind of emotional bliss, like that's what I feel in those states. And they don't last super long, like some of them last longer than others, but I mean, to experience that state on an everyday basis, man, it's got to be good for your health. I mean, that's just my opinion, but yeah, that was just freaking cool. I don't know, it's interesting. Like, I was talking about this yesterday in the vlog. Like, it's almost like you're just getting a mind pump every time. You know, like you go in the gym, like today, I'd be getting an arm pump. But with this, it's like I get a mind pump because it's like you're regularly exercising your prefrontal cortex, which is just like the major director of your brain. Like it you know, like anything that's attention based, like you got to be really focused for, you're using your prefrontal cortex. And so it kind of helps you focus, but it does it in a way that's very gentle and honestly pretty blissful. So I think that's pretty cool and pretty unique to the kind of meditation that I'm doing. But I don't know, I just have fun doing it. Like, it's just like going to the gym, you know, like I sit and I freaking blast off. So anyways, not to make this rant super long, but you know, we got about 20 more minutes on this drive to the gym. So I will see y'all there, man, for some arm freaking destruction. Yeah, we can go a little heavier. Oh my God. Ooh. All right, that's good. Yeah. Let's go a bit heavier. A little heavier on this one. Gotta save the last set for the best set. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so I'm just going back and forth, tricep push down to curls, and I'm just going until failure on each side. This has been my go-to finisher recently, so it's pretty freaking, it's not in the program, but it works. Now biceps. Sorry about that, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Whew. All right. We're gonna do a little variation of both the curl and the push down. Hit all heads. No. Oh bro. No. Whoa. No. Oh. No. Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna have to go lighter on this one. Yeah. Oh. No. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's good for triceps. do a little reverse curl now. Oh my God.
That was funny, bro. That was funny.
Yeah, that's freaking good. Let's go pose down now. All right, so this was pretty good welcoming back from just not, I mean, taking kind of like a weirder weekend rest day, like doing Sunday, Monday instead of Saturday, Sunday. So that being said, this was freaking successful to say the least. But it's one thing to feel that way, but let's see how it looks. All right, so that was pretty solid to say the least. I'm kind of excited to see my conditioning kind of increase over the past 3-4 weeks or so, just because, you know, with the peptides in the mix, and then also making sure that we're actually back on track and with everything from the holiday season. It's been fun. But that being said, we have the legs tomorrow, which is going to be freaking awesome. I mean, what other day do you have to train, you know, an entire half of your body, unless you're on like an upper lower split or like full body or whatever. But in this case, it's going to be good. So I'll see y'all then.